Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Aquaman, issue number 1, New 52 comic review. Now, as you know, Aquaman was part of the New 52 line of DC rebooted comics, which was meant to feature a more grounded, more kind of realistic Aquaman story. And the cover has Aquaman basically with his trident dealing with a whole army of the trench. And the story starts off how a small crack in the bottom of the ocean has opened and the trench slowly get out and say, "It is true, there is an above, where do we go?" And so, pretty much at Boston, some criminals are getting away in their truck, and two officers says, "Don't lose them!" And suddenly they see something stopping by, and it is Aquaman. So pretty much they see Aquaman as a joke. Even the police officers wonder what good he's going to do, as he's not near an ocean and that. So they pretty much decide to still run him over. So Aquaman bravely uses his trident, lifts it up like a pork thick with a kind of hay in a farm, and knocks down the truck. And even one of the bank robbers try and shoot him down with little to no effect, and pretty much takes him out. And they're like, "Aquaman, man, what are you doing here? I heard the sirens from the harbor. You need a glass of water or something?" I like how Aquaman thinks, "Dude, did you really discriminate me?" And so Aquaman says no, and pretty much leaves, with the officers thinking that since he's a joke, the other officers are going to make fun of them. So we're introduced at a seafood restaurant, where one of the workers are taking orders, and pretty much they see Aquaman pretty much coming to have a meal, and they wonder what they're going to serve him. And one of them says that he feels guilty, so one of them asks, "Aquaman, And so pretty much asks about his order, as well as taking the job to kind of support her two kids to go through college. And he says, "I'll have the fish and chips." And I like how everyone looks thinking, that's cannibalism. And so one of these guys say, "You can get the fish and chips. Why not?" "Because you talk to fish." "I don't talk to fish." And one of these other guys says, "Of course you do. Everyone knows it." But Aquaman points out that the fish's brains are too primitive to contact, but use them for kind of other efforts. Well, sharks, eels, and same are that, but dolphins are different. And even the guy asks how he manages to pay for everything, which was shown in a flashback with Aquaman finding treasure chests and that, which he clarifies he gets by. And even you've got one even asking, why come to this place of all places? And Aquaman points out that his dad used to take him. And this is kind of a heartfelt moment, as it's like when you're a parent and you take your kid to somewhere nice and somewhere you basically loved going to as a kid. So he pretty much asks him very personal questions like Atlantis, his wife Mira, and it really gets all personal as he's trying to enjoy a meal. And so quickly leaves in a huff, with the guy who was meant to interview him for his blog didn't go well. And so the waitress Cindy asks what is she supposed to do with the money he gave, and says, "Put your kids through college." And so we're introduced to where Arthur has a flashback to when he was a kid with his father, and we basically see Mira talking with Aquaman, and points out that he doesn't want to be King of Atlantis, and wants to enjoy his new life with Mira, and kiss under the lighthouse. So we're introduced to basically where some fishermen are fishing for fish. One feels something but gets tucked into the water. The others try and rescue him, which ends up with the trench getting ready to take their prey. And yeah, ending the story. So issue 1 of Aquaman isn't too bad. I would say it works because, given the fact of amount of jokes Aquaman's been in, you can tell Aquaman wants to prove to people he's not a joke, and that he wants to be taken seriously. And yeah, it does kind of work, because Aquaman can do so much things if you've watched Linkara's video. So I think the issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.